Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. Today we will see how to replace the alternator on the Grand Prix GXP or any other LS4 engine. You can do this at home without using any special tool to remove the serpentine belt, and I will show you how to do it in a moment. The way to go is to collapse the spring of the tensioner by using a pry bar or a big flat screwdriver. And to reach that spring, the first step you will have to do is to remove the right front wheel and the plastic shield that's protecting the belt. Then you need to place your pry bar on the top of the spring and push it down so it releases the tension in the belt. Let me show you exactly where you need to place your bar. And you need to make sure your bar is very sitting on the top of the spring because the tension in that spring is just crazy. And you don't want your bar to slip and break something or hurt yourself. But before any of it, the first thing to do is to disconnect the battery for safety reasons. Removing the belt is as easy as putting back a new one. You just have to collapse the spring of the tensioner and take the belt off the pulley. The easiest pulley to reach is the power steering one, so I'm always using this pulley to remove or to install a new belt. Unfortunately, my camera stopped recording when I removed the belt originally, but one way or the other, it's the same process. The two bolts in the front of the alternator are pretty easy to access with a ratchet or any other tool that you want to use, but the two bolts in the back are more difficult to access. For the one on the left, I'm using a ratchet with a joint, but for the one on the right, I'm using a wrench because the ratchet just can't get the job done. But if the holes are clean, it's pretty easy to screw them all with your finger and finish it with the wrench after all. So my best advice is clean your hole very carefully, as screwing those bolts behind 1/8 of the turn at a time using your finger between the firewall and the alternator will be a nightmare and you will pass the day doing it. So clean the holes, it will be way more easy and faster to do that. Now that you're on it, it is the best time to replace your serpentine belt if it's getting old or if you see any cracks in it. Now that everything is tight and the cables and wires are connected, it's time to put it back together and install a new belt if you need one. The easiest way to install a belt on this engine is to make sure the belt is perfectly sitting on every pulley but the power steering one. Before starting to pry the spring or anything, you need to make sure that the belt is perfectly sitting and that you have some kind of tension with your fingers so the belt don't slip or fall off a pulley. Then when you're ready, you hold the tension with your right hand and you pry the spring with your left hand. It seems very far, but don't worry, it's pretty close. It's very easy to do. Make sure to never put your finger between a pulley and the belt because if the bar slips, you will lose a finger. Like you can see, it's very easy to do. And after you have released the pressure and the belt seems to be in its place, the final step is to make a visual verification to make sure that the belt is correctly inserted in every pulley. After your verification is over, you can connect your battery and start the engine and see if everything is working like it's supposed to be. The weird sound that you will hear when I will start the engine is the starter not disengaging like it's supposed to do. I need to replace the plastic bushing in it, but don't worry, the engine won't explode in my face. Now let's start it, shall we? This is it for now, guys. I hope it helped. If you have any question, don't hesitate and post it in the comment section below, and I will answer to your question as soon as possible. In the meantime, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. See you later.